Hey, what's up, YouTube? I've been meaning to do this for ages now. I've been putting it on and off and deciding whether to do it or not. Just basically talk about my health anxiety and what I go through, really. Just try and broaden up my sort of help network, because I've spoke to a few people on YouTube and I've messaged their videos and things. So I thought, well, they've put their videos out, so I'm going to do mine as well. I don't know where to start, really. I've had to borrow my daughter's iPad because my phone ain't working for some reason on the camera on the front. So she's a bit of a diva, so she'll probably be fuming that I've done this, but I'll send it to my phone and then post it online. But where do I start, really? I've had anxiety for probably the age of 13, and I'm 31 now. Started off as anxiety, probably due to having problems at school and with other kids or whatever. That's where it probably started off. Obviously, having to, being anxious to go into school and for whatever reason, and then it's spiraled out of control, really, since my late teens. I used to play football for an academy. Was a good footballer. At 19, I had a huge panic attack inside us, playing inside a hall, playing football. Got rushed to hospital. Just got strapped up. First ever time I had an ECG or anything like that. And then from then on, really, it's spiraled out of control. I lost my granddad in my early 20s from a heart attack. So I'll go on to that, but I think that's where the core of my problem, why I'm so fearful of what I'm fearful of it with the health anxiety. I want to say that, I've got a great family. I absolutely adore my children. So I've got a great support network. In that respect, it's just obviously it's the demons in myself that I struggle with, really. The battle every day is I get excited to go to sleep. That's the sad part of it, really. It's held me back a lot in life. Probably within work, with job opportunities and stuff. I've succeeded in a lot that I've done. After the football, I've qualified to become a fully qualified mechanic, which was my second passion after the football. So I did have a lot of drive and determination to succeed, but it's got to a stage now where I've been off for the best part of 6 months now from my current employer, for obviously my health anxiety again. I had tests in my mid 20s. I had a 24-hour tape recording on my heart because I was getting palpitations and things like that, like heart flutters, and so I had all that done. Everything came back okay. All that I suffered from was like these things called PACs and PVCs, which are very common. and benign, so they wasn't worried about that. So I went on probably 4 or 5 years. I say 4 or 5 years, probably a little bit less than that, probably about 3 years. Doing what I was doing, and getting on okay. And I had occasions where I'd text my mum or my partner or whatever and say to them, I'm having this such symptom, what do you think it is, kind of thing. Just looking for reassurance all the time, really, but I could cope with it. Whereas these last 6 months, it's come to a head now where it's probably the worst it's ever been, really. Where I haven't physically exerted myself in 6 months because I'm scared to, because going on to it now, but my biggest fear is a heart attack. My heart, anything to do with my heart, any feeling I get. But a lot of the, obviously I lost my granddad died. He's not my blood granddad, but he was, that's how I was brought up, and I had a close connection with him as my real granddad. I didn't know any different. He got me into my football and things like that growing up, but we lost him to a massive heart attack. He was working in his shop that he was working in. He was an electrician, but he started up a venture with his friend, running a card shop or something, and he had a huge heart attack. I remember going to the hospital, and that was the first time I ever seen a dead body. That proper crippled me at the age of, in my early 20s. I can understand that everyone's probably scared to see a dead body. It's not a nice thing to see. But I didn't deal with it very well. But yeah, him having the heart attack and things like that, we're obviously not blood related. There's no history of heart problems in my family. My real granddad, my dad's dad, he suffers with issues with his heart now, but he's in his late 70s, in his 70s. There's no early signs of heart issues in family members from early ages or heart problems. So yeah, sorry, I'll probably ramble on, but I'm just trying to get everything in that I can, and hopefully, if people want to reach out and message me, or start a little bit of a network, like, so everyone can help each other, and hopefully it sort of not shares the burden, but if everyone's feeling different things, it can help to know that you're not the only one that deals with, especially the health anxiety. So yeah, I had, not just recently, I've had a stress test on my heart, as well as an echocardiogram and a chest x-ray. Everything came back fine, perfect, which was obviously, I got upset while I was in there. My biggest fear is leaving my family and my kids. No one can love them like I do. So obviously when they give me my results there and then, he says, "Oh, look, everything's okay," I got upset. I took my mum with me to the actual assessment and stuff, just to support. Yeah, everything came back okay. So within the first couple of weeks, I could deal with like the sensations, like the arm pain and the chest aches and stuff like that, because I could think to myself, well, look, I could say to myself, look, it isn't your heart, you've just had the tests, everything's been ruled out, and you're perfectly healthy. But then the doubt starts creeping in again, and I've sort of got to the stage now again where I'm just struggling to struggling just to get through the every day basically, just struggling. You know, the happiest I am is when I'm still lying down, or because then I could sort of, it sounds daft, but you're not exerting yourself. But I know that's not healthy, and potentially you're damaging your body more by not exerting yourself, because your body needs that. And I know my body craves exercise. I've been a very active, sporty person growing up, so to stop the way I have, it's been obviously detrimental to my body. And the aches that I'm getting now are ridiculous. My back pain, arm pain, but it's always because I've googled things in the past, which is the worst thing you can do, because all you do is you're storing information in your subconscious mind. So you're taking it in there and then, but also you're storing it away for future reference. So every time I do feel a pain now, I can't just go, oh, it's just an ache. My brain will come up with, well, where is it? Oh, it's in your left arm, or it's in your chest, or it just always comes, and then it always comes with the worst case scenario that you think, shit, yeah, this ain't good, kind of thing. So my mind will just go straight to the first, well, the worst case scenario. It won't like look past the worst case scenario, or just go straight to it. It won't go, oh look, your headache could just be tension headache, or whatever. It's got to be the worst case scenario. It's got to be a manifesting stroke, or something's due to happen. This arm pain I've had for like on and off for months now. In your head there, you should be able to add up that, if a heart attack doesn't last months, and the tests that I have had, I've got to have faith in, the 4, 5, 6, 7 doctors, cardiologists that I've seen, that they've all got it right, that, 7 can't be wrong, 8 can't be wrong. I've got to come to terms to sort of trust the system, but it's easier said than done when you're in your mind. And I look sometimes and I think, I wish sometimes I wasn't so in depth with my feelings, and that I cared so much, or that I was that intellectual, because I don't think it affected me as much. But because I am so in depth and so in tune with life and everything around us, and just everything in general, I'm well educated. People look at me and probably think that I'm not, but I am. I'm not. I'm quite a smart guy. I like to think so anyway. But sometimes I just wish that I look at people and I just think, even loving life, and I just wish I could do the same thing. I do. It sounds horrendous, because I do love life, and that's why it scares me so much to leave, because what I have got is, I could have the best job in the world and the most money in the world, but what I do have, you can't buy with that. My kids and my family and stuff, there's no monetary value on that, But yeah, I just wanted to make my first video anyway and go from there, really, because I think it'll benefit me letting it out a little bit, and also it might benefit other people as well to know that they're not the only ones that are suffering with whatever they're suffering with. I've suffered with not just the health anxiety. I've had general anxiety, and I still think I do suffer. Well, I know I still suffer with general anxiety as well, but obviously my main issue is my health, and the health anxiety frightens the life out of me. So anyway, I'm gonna do some more videos as and when I can, but obviously I'll have to nick my the iPad off my daughter as and when I can, whenever she's not on it. So yeah, message me, write me a comment. Be good to get into contact with people, because there's, you know, as much help as there is out there. Well, I say there's a lot of help. You know, I've been on waiting lists in the UK for over 6 months just for CBT, and that's over the phone CBT. It's not even with a person. Well, it is with a person, but it's not face to face. It's over the phone. And obviously, I just want to end on the note as well that I think, you know, I'd pay anything not to have this. It sounds horrendous, because, you know, there's illnesses out there that people say the same thing about, but that's just my way I feel about, you know, you could give me £1 million and I'd give you the £1 million back now, and as long as I didn't have to suffer with this health anxiety or the anxiety in general. But there's too many people trying to make money off people's misfortunes, and, you know, you go onto a website that you think is going to help you, and it goes, yeah, if you sign up for $80 or 160 quid, you get lifetime subscription. Look, I can see that people have got to make money. You know, people make money out of other people's miseries every day. You know, that's why funeral directors exist and things like that, don't they? You know, it's, you know, I can understand that. But, you know, that's why I wanted to do this, because, you know, I'm not trying to make anything out of it. I just want to help where I can, and I want also to try and build a network, and, you know, hopefully try and get rid of it myself as well, or ease it or make it better. So yeah, give us a comment, guys. Thank you.